I just watched Fast 10. And, yeah, that was an experience. So Fast 10 is the 11th installment in the Fast and the Furious franchise, if you count the spin-off Hobbs and Shaw, which a lot of people do not. But this story follows Dom and the rest of the gang as a villain from their past comes to haunt them and destroy their family. So yes, I've watched all the Fast and the Furious films, and I was going into Fast 10 with high hopes that this would be the final chapter in the Fast franchise. So I won't have to watch it anymore because, man, these movies suck. And I say that with love because I came into watching the Fast franchise and, wondering why people really like this stuff. I don't understand it. I don't get it. So when I sat down and watched 11 films in a row, I was like, I want to understand this. I want to get why the fandom is so high. Why do every film, every release makes so much money in the box office? I've watched 11 movies and I just don't get it. The only thing I can think of is just it's almost at that so bad that it's good level. But let's talk about Fast 10. Let's get down to what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, and everything in between. And of course, we're going to talk about Jason Momoa because that was an experience. So just to get this off my chest, this movie's bad. And I don't think if you are a fan of this Fast franchise that you're going to care if it's good or not, because you just came for cars smashing into each other, Vin Diesel having terrible lines, and jumping out of cars, jumping with helicopters attached to his cars. You want to see Roman do his comic relief that he does in every film, and him having a fight with Ludacris, because that's just something that they have going on. You got Han in here, who's one of the best characters in the entire franchise. He's a revelation. I love it. Him and Jason Statham, when Jason Statham had his parts in the franchise, I love that pairing. And of course you have my girl, Michelle Rodriguez in here. She can do no wrong. I don't care what she does. She can just stand there. It's great. And of course Charlize Theron is back. So you got two of my freaking Thirsty Thursdays in this movie, and it's glorious. This is worth that alone for me. But yes, the Fast films are not something that you're going to go into expecting a thought-provoking story. There's a ton of plot holes in this film. There's a ton of very poorly edited sequences in this film. Characters are not making any sense, hence the plot holes, and just overall bad acting. But we're not really here for all that. We're here for the cars. And I gotta say, one of my gripes I have with the Fast and Furious franchise is, it started off as like they're racing cars, it's a drag race and everything. And I will give the first couple of films credit. There was a couple races in that film, justified the Fast and the Furious motif, the title. But as the series went on, there's less and less about, racing than it is just random shenanigans. And at least we get one race in this film, so there's that, but it doesn't really last that long. But we got to talk about Jason Momoa because I think he's probably the biggest highlight in this film, though I feel like his character had like a very sudden switch. They do try to explain that with a brief summary of his backstory, and they're trying to explain why he has such a drastic character turn. It still felt like out of left field for me, but I did enjoy what we got. The performance that we got from Jason Momoa was a revelation. Oh my God, this guy, you could totally tell he was having fun with this film. He was loving every moment of it. It was great. Every time he was on screen, everybody was laughing in my theater. My theater was surprisingly packed. And I say surprisingly because I still don't understand the hype with the Fast and the Furious franchise, but hey, I guess I'm in the minority because these movies keep on making millions and millions of dollars. I did think that some of the fight scenes in this film were pretty good. Probably some of the best fight sequences that they had in this film. Of course, you always got to have Michelle Rodriguez doing some fight scene. In this one, she's fighting Charlize Theron. You saw that in the trailers. In other films, she's fighting people like Ronda Rousey and some other random ass people. So that's fun. But that's it. That's where the praise stops for this film. And I already talked about how it's just pretty much a bad film, but if you're a fan of this franchise, which I'm assuming there's a lot of people because there's 11 films so far and about to be 12. Yeah. I thought there was only going to be 11, but I guess the studio said, dude, we saw this movie. We know this is going to hit with everybody. Please make another one. But even with all that, even with me talking about and saying how bad this film is, the acting's terrible, the CGI is bad, the scenarios are, out of this world. Even then, there's something about this franchise. Maybe I have realized why people love this so much. It's just something about it. Maybe it's family. No, but seriously, I do find a little bit of charm to this Fast and the Furious franchise. Vin Diesel has something here, and I don't know why, I don't know how, but it works sometimes. Like I said, some of the characters are pretty interesting. I like Han a lot. I like his story. I like some of the other characters, for certain reasons. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about it. There is some fun to have in this film, and obviously there is, because I keep on saying it, but there's 11 films and soon to be 12. So I guess I'll be here for the ride. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is this something that you want to see? Are you on the Fast hype train? Are you ready to ride with Vin Diesel? I don't know any more driving puns, so let me know in the comments down below as well. But guys, as always, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is kind of crazy. But as always, guys, keep watching movies.